Hey y'all, Ryan Hodge, CEO of BlackFolkHotspots.com. And today we had of course, we've had um, a chat scheduled with a business owner. And one of their questions, and they were unable to make it for, for whatever reason, but why I can't get my hat right, I don't know. And so, anyway, sorry about that. But in office don't always know that we're recording. I'm gonna have to put one of them signs up like on air, live. But anyway, and they want to know how to get a consistent number of events. Go Cubbies, by the way. There are several different ways you can do that. Number one, you're gonna have to have, unless you have any A-list or even B-list type celebrity power, it's highly impossible. But you have to grow your following to where you can actually be um, have that credibility, become that authority. People like to follow experts and authority and good information. So if you're doing those things day in and day out, it's going to make it very easy to get a large number of attendees to your events. One of the things that I think that people forget about, or people they base their things on, is, oh, I got a couple thousand Facebook followers, I'll just make an event on Facebook and I'll share with my friends and all these people will show up. You'll see, just hypothetically speaking, 100, 200 people saying, yeah, we're coming, we're coming, we're coming. And then, you bank on that and 5 or 10 people show up. So whatever people say, the amount of people say they're coming on like Facebook, a lot of times people just doing it just so they can get out of this cycle, or they do sometimes have intentions on showing up. Me personally, I very seldom click I'm going unless I know for sure 100% that I'm going. I click maybe because I don't want a person to have to plan for that, and I can't make it. Well, anyway, so my rule of thumb is to take 10% of what people say they are coming, and um, and base it on that. Just like I scheduled this, this chat, or this business owner who had this question scheduled this 15-minute chat session um, several days ago, and they didn't show up, right? So you're going to have people who are flaky. If you watched our video on episode, I think 81, we talked about that. Half of the people uh, are not even going to show, without a doubt. And then half of those people that are left are going to be wishy-washy. So you have to put yourself in front of more people to show up. You can't have 100 friends and think 100 friends are going to show up. Not going to happen. I don't give a crap what it is. It could be a funeral or wedding. It don't matter. That just does not happen, right? Unless you're some, celebrity, and you can get, like 50 Cent, you can get, hundreds of, hundreds and thousands of people to show up, because you're doing a liquor promotion. Now, a lot of people don't like the fact that that happens, but it is. It's 50 Cent. I mean, he's a celebrity. He's a top A-list celebrity. He can command those audiences, or maybe you could bring 50 Cent into your event, right? But he's going to also charge you to show up. And those are things that are important. So what we do at Black Folk Hotspots to help with that is, because people have intentions, and then people need to see things more than once before they act. Just like if you're listening to the radio, and I say this all the time, if you're listening to the radio, if you're watching TV, driving down the street, you see radio ads, TV ads, billboard ads. You know, you open a newspaper, you see, you know, newspaper advertising or magazine advertising. You see people advertising constantly. Why is that? And they're in multiple publications. They're in multiple different advertising uh, 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 I don't know, lack of better words, advertising spaces, you know, whether it's radio, TV, print, you know, billboard, whatever, you see that constantly. And I'll give an example of something that has always struck to me. In my hometown, there was always a billboard talked about a plumbing company, and it was yellow, and all it had was red letters, just their name, right? And it was a plumbing company, it would be like Young Plumbing, right? Young Plumbing, you're gonna owe me some money for this. This, no, I'm just kidding. This is free. It's on the house. But anything else after that is you're gonna have to pay me. But no, seriously, what you saw was that. So if you had a plumbing problem, there was no phone number, there was no email, there was no Twitter. This all it was Young Plumbing. So if you think about it, if you have a plumbing problem at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you open up the phone book, or you go to Google and you type in, I need a plumber or a plumber in XYZ, and especially in my area, you're going to go pick them because you've seen them a million different times. They branded it in your head. You might as well have been like, shh, and just put it on your forehead. That's just the way it works. And that's what you need to do with your business and your events. It needs to be constantly in rotation. And that's where we help out with Black Folk Hotspots, is because we have an audience of over 300,000 people. One of the things that event people forget, they'll focus on, say it's in Chicago, right? They'll focus on a Chicago event. But that doesn't always necessarily make a lot of sense, because people travel, they're in and out of town, right? So I may be in from Atlanta, but I see this event, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Let me go check this out. So you're missing that. On top of that, there's people that may not live in the city that have family or someone they know that are in the city. They might, oh, this would be cool. Such and such and such will like this. I do this all the time. I'll see something that may be in LA, or New York City. I do this with, like a comedy show, mixtape comedy that happens on the third Sunday of every month with Royale Watkins, the comedian. Well, I'm not in New York, but I'll share his comedy event and say, hey, New York peeps, check this out. So you got to get these things in rotation. You got to get, the more people you get it in front of, the more people who see it, the more people are going to show up, period. There's no science to it. And then once you get them to show up, and you want consistent, large numbers of attendance, you're going to have to provide a good, consistent, great event, right? So people will want to come back for more. And that's how it is. So my suggestion, if you have any events coming up, make sure you get those posted to, create a profile at blackfolkhotspots.com. And once we approve you, then you'll be allowed to opt to post your events, right? And you post your events, and then we'll take it from there. We'll start getting into the rotation over and over and over again until obviously the date of the event, right? Or to whenever you say, you want ticket sales shut off or whatever. But that's what we do. And it's worked. I mean, there's been times where, that then 20-30% of the people who showed up came because they saw it on Black Folk Hotspots, which is why on my business card it says King of the Internet, because we did that for a person and he was like, oh my God. He called me up. He's like, hey, you truly are the king of the internet. X amount of people walked up to me and told me they saw it on Black Folk Hotspots. Now that doesn't always happen, because if you're not asking how people are coming, then you really don't know, right? You don't know what's working. You don't know what's not working. I would also say have your email sign up for people who are coming, so they can put their name on in your email, so that now you can put them into your marketing funnel, right? You can shoot out an email for the next time you have an event. And sometimes you got to entice them. Hey, $1 off, $2 off if you join our email list, or you join our events club, or whatever it may be. You get um, uh, the better seating. You get upgrade seating from general admission to VIP seating, whatever it may be. Maybe you have some contests, right? I did that with a concert that I helped promote in Chicago, where everybody who bought a ticket by a certain date had a chance to win lunch with the performers, right? And that went over really well. So that's just something that you can do to help grow your event attendance and ticket sales. But the one thing that will always be number one is get your event out there. Get it. I mean, I would say post it on Facebook. You have to, Twitter and Instagram and everything else, but definitely on Black Folk Hotspot. So the earlier we can get it into the rotation, the better it is. And if you want to do some things, you let us know. Say, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. We're like, cool. Let's work out a plan to make it work. And that's how you get large number of attendees to your events. Got any questions, leave them in the description. If this information was good for you, you're watching it on YouTube or somewhere else across the internet, hit the like button or the share button. Definitely on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe to our channel for more of our Black business interviews for our business owners that will show up. We're on episode 82, and I think maybe only a small percentage, maybe like 5 or 6 of them have canceled at the last minute or not shown up, but that's okay, because we have a little system set up to avoid that. They have a question, and we make sure we put that in the questionnaire when they're booking their scheduling time, so we can at least still answer questions and give out some good information as if they were on air. Anyway, like I said, go to blackfolkhotspots.com. We got these shirts, support Black business. By ordering your t-shirt or hoodie, it allows us to offset the cost of Black Folk Hotspots, and also it allows us to help Black business owners get more exposure and marketing that may not otherwise have that marketing budget, get them off the ground. And also it works as a branding thing. When I'm walking down the street and, it just says support Black business. That's it. That's the only words it says, right? And it's the same thing. So people see it, they may not think about it, but we want people thinking support Black business, support Black business, support Black business, support Black business. Anyway, y'all, Black Folk Hotspots. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at BFHS Network. You can also follow us the same way at Instagram. Shoot us email at bfhsnetwork@gmail.com. If you have some ideas, or you have some things that you want us to work with you on as far as growing your business, things like that. But make sure you subscribe so you can get update on the videos that we post on a weekly basis. Talk to you guys soon. Appreciate you viewing this, and hit the like button, the share button. Leave a comment, good or bad, thumbs up or thumbs down. Just give us something, right? And subscribe. Peace out, y'all. Thanks for watching. Go Cubbies.